Hi, this is Andy Wright from Protect All Solutions. We're out filming on location. This time, we're a little bit north of Pittsburgh in the mountain sections to film demonstration on this product by Miller, this Miller Safe Escape descent system. Now, a lot of people will use this system to safely descend from a crane and like in a mill. When the power runs out to the crane, there's no way for that operator to get out, so they'll utilize this self-escape system, and we're here to demonstrate exactly how that works. But we don't have a crane, so we're going to go off the bridge. So now we're going to actually go through the contents of what's in the bag. So it actually has step-by-step instructions on the outside of the bag that you can follow. When you open up the bag, the first thing that you're going to see is your harness. We've already taken it out of the bag, but you certainly want to get familiar. If you're not familiar with a harness, there's some instructions for that. And you can see that they have a harness. And we'll jump ahead to show you how to put that on. You see that's going to be one of the main rings. Now you will notice that there is no shoulder D-rings on this harness, and that's kind of important because one of the other things that comes with this particular product is what we call the choke. And if you were to utilize this choke, these connections right here would have to connect to the D-rings on your shoulders. But this harness doesn't have one, so this does us no good. Alright, so this is where the strap that comes to tie off. We don't have a spot, connected for 5,000 pounds you want to connect off to as your anchor point. You can use this strap to go around something inside the crane that can meet that 5,000 points as your connection point to start the process. Then we get into this mechanism. We'll break this out and explain exactly how this mechanism works, but this is the most important part of this piece of equipment. Okay, now we're back to this part. This is the most important part of this entire system. So it's important that we understand how to rig this piece of equipment. This gold part right here, carabiner, that's going to be attaching to your anchor point. You see, we have an anchor point that's going over. We'll get a close-up of that. And I also have another one, because you want to be able to anchor above you if all possible. Inside a crane, you're going to be able to adapt that. Now, since we're out here on the bridge, we actually have two systems in place here. The first one allows me to safely get down to this part to anchor off. Now, how we rig this? So you're going to take the rope, all right, the opposite rope, the long rope, and you're going to go up and over that hook. Then you're going to bring it down to this mechanism here. I'll show you when I'm fully got it in there, seated in there. A little tricky, it's important. I'm going to get that tight so it's held in that place like that. This is important because this won't allow either one to move. So when you're first getting set up, you don't want to go anywhere. That's kind of critical until you're ready to go. Then you release it from this mechanism and away you go. We've already connected to our anchoring point. So now this is the remaining rope. There's 75 feet of rope in this particular bag. So you just got to throw the rope down. In your case, outside the crane, throw it to the floor. In our case, we're going to throw it to the stream. And there we go. Now, even though this stuff comes new right out of the bag, it's all still important to inspect it. Now, I chose to use the harness that I have personally instead of the one that came with the Miller bag. The reason is this one's comfortable and I have it already rigged up, but I still went through my inspection points, making sure that we inspect all the soft webbing aspects and all the hardware. Now, I have two options here to connect to this descent. I can go from the chest to this D-ring, or I can go to the D-ring to the back. Last time I went from the back. This time I think I'll go from the chest. So as we explained, this is where you want to be when you first start. Now this is supposed to be above your head in the crane. When you're ready, you're going to release it from there. But you also have to make sure that's still going to hold you. Right? So as long as there's no tension on it, you can just take that loop. Now if you hold on to the rope, you're not going to go anywhere. If you let go of the rope, you're going to go that 3.5 feet per second. Nice, gentle descent. Good? Alright. So all you can do now, control your descent by holding onto the rope. Like that. Or you let it go. Or stop it. Let it go. Control it. And finally, say bye-bye all the way to the bottom. Touchdown. Just like that. Piece of cake. So when you're done, you're going to want to repackage everything. It's kind of like packing your own parachute, all right? It's got to be a proper way of doing it. So we just want to put that end down, and you want to make sure you don't get any knots, and you're just kind of looping the bottom of the bag. That way the next person, God forbid anyone else needs to use it after you do, but if they do, when they throw the bag, there will be no knots in it. That's it. You know, when you're going to descend from a bridge, that's never a good sign.
Memorials.